Hello everybody and welcome to this video. My name is Risto Katrandjiev. I'm a second year Masters in Counseling student at Bangor University, and today I will present my research on the relationship between motivations for playing video games and meaning in life. Today video games are as popular as ever, and in the UK alone there are currently 44.3 million gamers as of 2022. Benefits to playing video games, such as providing relaxation and entertainment, improving cognition, or attaining various skills. But also it is important to note that the players are exposed to toxic behaviors and cyberbullying, and games have also been shown to have an addictive component. To understand the motivations behind playing video games means to understand their growing popularity. It was Bartel in 2003 who first tried to examine the motives behind playing video games, and thus presented four types of players based on motives: achievers, explorers, killers, and socializers. Then Yi in 2006 expanded the module and included achievement, advancement, mechanics, and competition, socializing, relationship, teamwork, immersion, role-playing, customization, escapism, and discovery. Ye also found that playing games is usually not driven by one motive, but a series of motives that interact with one another. According to Larson and Dixon, there are two main reasons for playing video games: to escape one's problems or to attain the state of flow. The first one alludes to problematic and addictive use, and the other type of engagement refers to what Csikszentmihalyi in 1990 has defined: a concentrated state of complete immersion in the activity, and it is a positive experience which has been associated with greater meaning in life. And what is meaning in life? It is a concept that is very difficult to define, and according to Frankl, the meaning in life for each individual is different. Current research usually agrees on three main facets of meaning in life: coherence, purpose, and significance. Coherence is about understanding the experiences in life, and to have a coherent life is to notice patterns that make sense and comprehend the wholeness of life. Purpose entails having a sense of direction and future long-term goals that orient one's present actions and life in general. While significance refers to the notion that one's existence or life is inherently valuable, important, and worthy enough to be lived. Furthermore, the variable can be divided into presence of meaning in life and search of meaning in life. The first one is an evaluation of one's life as meaningful now, and search is an orientation or a drive towards attaining meaning in life. The variable has been linked to personal growth and well-being, higher work enjoyment, happiness, and life satisfaction, and negatively with depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, and addiction. It has also been linked to higher openness to receiving psychological therapy, and which means it plays an important role in a therapeutic setting. It contributes to overall client happiness, and it supports the clients in their journeys of growth and actualization of their potentials. There is a small amount of studies exploring this relationship, which is why the aims of this study is to examine the relationship between the different motives for playing video games and meaning in life. For that reason, four hypotheses are proposed. The first one is that the motivation, boredom, coping, escape, and fantasy as motives for playing video games negatively predict the presence of meaning in life. The second is that competence, identity, social, cooperation, and story as motives positively predict the presence of meaning in life. And you can pause the video if you want to read the others. They're related to search for meaning in life, the same motivations. The method, this is a quantitative study investigating the relationship between different motives for playing video games and meaning in life. The independent variables are the motives for playing video games, which are competence, identity, social, cooperation, story, motivation, boredom, coping, escape, and fantasy. And the dependent variable is meaning in life, which consists of two dimensions: presence and search meaning in life. The data was collected using an online questionnaire administered via the online platform Qualtrics. The questionnaire combined demographic questions, questions about gaming habits, scales that measure the study variables, and there was a self-compassion scale used in a sub-study done by my colleague Yumema. The motivation for playing video games was measured using the GMI, Gaming Motivation Inventory. And meaning in life was measured using the Meaning in Life questionnaire, which is a 10-item for the presence of meaning in life and search for meaning in life, 2 subscales of 5 each. Both questionnaires are shown to have decent reliability and validity in previous studies. The study was approved by the Bangor University School of Psychology Research Ethics and Governance Committee. All participants had to sign an online consent form before proceeding to fill out the questionnaire, and at the end, there was a debrief statement with signposts to relevant organizations that could provide support in an event of distress. All participant information was deleted from the data file after download and was stored on the university password-protected online data storage system along with the questionnaire results, which only the research team and the associated examiners could access. From 1,100 participants that responded to the study, 650 were used in the final data analysis after removing some incomplete answers or answers with unusual answering times. The average age of the participants was 27. Most of them were male and white and usually combined at least 2 gaming platforms, while spending on average from 3 to 5 hours playing video games per day. Feel free to pause the video for demographic information. So this is the first part, and this is the second part. So the hypotheses were tested using multiple linear regression with the Enter model, where all the independent variables were included together. The analysis partially supported all the hypotheses. For the first one, the 5 motives explained 6.5% of the variance of presence of meaning in life, where escape negatively predicted presence of meaning and coping positively. There was weak evidence that boredom and fantasy predicted presence of meaning in life, and no evidence that Amotivation was a predictor. For the second hypothesis, the motives explained 3.2% of the variance of presence of meaning in life, with identity and cooperation being positive predictors of presence of meaning in life, and no evidence for the rest. The third hypothesis, the motives explained 15.4% of the variance for search for meaning in life. Motivation, boredom, and coping positively predicted search for meaning in life, and there was no evidence about the rest. And finally, for the fourth hypothesis, the motives explained 5.3% of the variance of the variable search for meaning in life, where competence and social were positive and identity a negative predictor for search for meaning in life. The aim of the study was to explore the relationship between motives for playing video games and presence and search for meaning in life. We found that the presence of meaning in life was positively predicted by the motives for coping, cooperation, and identity, and negatively by escapism. Search for meaning was positively predicted by motivation, boredom, coping, competence, and socialization, and negatively by identity, which means these results partially supported the hypothesis. The findings of this study are mostly consistent with previous research. The link between playing video games motivated by cooperation and the presence of meaning in life can be understood in the context of meaningful collaboration. To cooperate in a video game primarily means to be a part of a team of at least one other player and to strive to achieve a common goal or purpose, which is actually one of the 3 main facets of meaning in life. Additionally, there's an element of self-transcendence and attachment to something larger than oneself, the team or the group that one cooperates with, and it is also a pro-social behavior both of them being linked to greater meaning in life. Escape negatively predicted presence of meaning in life and is usually thought of as a maladaptive way of dealing with life stressors by avoidance and complete immersion in the activity of playing video games. It has been found to be a mediator between problematic playing of video games and meaning in life, loneliness, and depression. Coping was positively associated with both presence and search for meaning in life, as coping strategies can be both maladaptive and adaptive. In this light, people who search for meaning in life may find themselves in an uncomfortable position with which they cope by escaping in video games. However, people may search for meaning as a means towards self-improvement and thus better well-being, meaning that the association between coping and search for meaning must be interpreted with the context of the individual in mind. Boredom and amotivation were both positively related to search for meaning. We can understand them as a manifestation of meaninglessness and lack of purpose, so engaging video games, which can induce the feelings of flow, can be seen as a meaning-making activity. Competence and identity both positively predicted the presence of meaning in life, and identity negatively predicted the search for meaning in life. According to the self-determination theory, feeling competent stimulates intrinsic motivation for action and is found in people who are exposed to optimal challenges and positive feedback. Games can be such an environment that provides those opportunities. However, when the other psychological needs are not met, autonomy and relatedness, young people may lose the feeling of purpose in life, thus making them more vulnerable to addictive gaming. Similarly, playing games can provide a sense of direction and purpose for some individuals, which are also crucial elements of the development of the identity, especially if there is a strong identification with the avatar and its in-game goals that one plays. There are some limitations to this study, the first being that the sample consists of psychology undergraduates in Bangor University, or mainly from users of reddit.com, which means that this sample is not representative of the general population of people playing video games. Secondly, the motives as well as search for meaning in life cannot be understood as absolutely adaptive or maladaptive, and their interpretation is dependent on their association with individual and contextual variables. We didn't explore the relationship between playing video games, meaning in life, and any personality traits which can act as confounders or mediators. And finally, a quantitative study does not fully grasp the complexity of both subjects and their interaction with one another, we found, and thus a qualitative or mixed approach should be considered for future studies. Several therapeutic implications may be extracted from this study. One, the positive associations between some of the motivations and playing video games show that they can be used to enhance the client's feelings of meaningfulness and purposefulness in their life. On the other hand, they may indicate that some of their clients' gaming motives, for example, boredom or escapism, are a sign of lack of meaning in life and should work with them into exploring other pathways to find meaning and purpose. Secondly, therapists can help clients who play video games to explore how their gaming behavior relates to their search for meaning in life. They may encourage clients to reflect on whether gaming helps them to feel more connected to others or whether it detracts from other areas of their life that are important to them. This will allow them to understand the nature of using video games as a means of searching for meaning in life, and in cases where it shows an unfavorable pattern of searching for meaning in life, like rumination or helplessness, to work with the client into resolution of the underlying causes of these feelings. Then the therapist should be mindful if the client's current feeling of meaning in life is derived from the feeling of competence and identity gained exclusively from video games. In this case, they may support the client into learning how to transfer these skills into everyday situations and explore alternative sources of competence and identity. Finally, understanding the association between meaning in life and gaming motivation is important when working with clients who have a gaming disorder. In some instances, they may be as symptoms of prolonged attempt to search for meaning in life or a deep feeling of despair due to the lack of presence of meaning in life. Through exploring the gaming motivations, the therapist may understand the causes and the contributing factors of the behavior and work more efficiently with clients. Uh, excuse me. To conclude, the research suggests that gaming motives can predict presence and search for meaning in life both positively and negatively. The nature of the association will depend on the context in which the games are played, the psychological traits of the player, as well as whether they are used as coping or meaning making devices. This understanding of gaming can be used in therapy to identify potential meaning crises and help clients overcome them, as well as support them to play games in a way that benefits their well being. We have arrived at the end of this video. Feel free to post any questions about the study in the comments below or contact me via the email that's provided on the screen. Thank you for watching.